Hey y'all, so I am back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be doing a Valentine's Day set. Now normally y'all, I feel like I am always behind when it comes to just keeping up with the seasons and the trends, but I had already started to see people posting their Valentine's Day sets, and what do you know, I came in this week and someone wanted one, so I automatically knew I needed to record it. So I have already done my natural nail prep. I have applied tips, and now for my application, I'm going to start by doing a glitter nail. So for this glitter, I started with a red base. I wanted that to be my base. I didn't want a lot of it, but I wanted some of that red to seep through. On top of that, I'm adding some flakes, and these are just some mirror flakes. They are kind of like a fuchsia pink, but the way the light hits it, it turns all kinds of different colors. So on top of that, I'm coming in with another AB glitter, and I am just kind of mixing all of these together, applying them on top of each other, and just spacing them throughout that nail so all of that nail is covered with glitter. Now, I was looking at this nail and I was like, okay, it looks glittery, but I need to add something else. So I came in with a acrylic glitter mix, and it's kind of like a pink jelly mix with a whole lot of pink chunkies in it. So I just added that on top. I wanted to add that in because I wanted to give off a red and pink design because that's what we're going for. So after that, I'm going to just cap this, and I'm coming in with my clear. I'm using Mia's Secret, the clear in her monomer, and I'm starting off by starting kind of close to the cuticle. Here lately, I have been doing that. When it comes to my beads, instead of starting in the center of the nail, I've been starting in the center, but then I push that bead up. So I'm covering most of the nail with one bead when I do this. So I feel like that's going to help me when it comes to just my foundation and being able to get a better apex. So that's why I kind of switched it up, and I'm applying it like this. Now, when I am applying it like this, since I'm coming from the top, that bead is already starting to dry up by the time I get to the tip. So by me applying this clear, normally I love to apply clear just very wet and kind of just let it seep down. But here I really had to mold it when I was doing this technique. So I don't know, for more glass nails, I might stick to how I used to do it just so I can make sure that I'm getting that clarity. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to add my cuticle bead, and I'm going to bring some of that down, but then I'm going to realize that I picked up too big of a bead, and I'm going to take some of that off, and then I'll blend the rest of that through the tip. Now, the reason why I take that off, I'm not going to just bring it all the way down and leave it. I want to make sure that I am not overloading my tip by making it too thick. When you do that, you can really alter how your shape is going to come out. So I want to be able to control my tip. I want a nice built up apex in the middle. That's why you see me checking that side profile. But I want my tip to be nice, thin, and flush. So now I'm coming in with my next color, and this color, I have to go and see what it is. It's just a pink that I have from one of my little small collections, and I told y'all when it comes like for these certain types of colors, you can't just seem to find the right one. I love having these little collections because you seem just to find exactly what you need. So like I said, this pink, I'm starting at the back of the nail, pushing it up, and then bringing that bead all the way down. Now as I do that, it's just easier to mold because I'm giving it time to set up. And so of course, when it's in between that, when it's like a medium bead, it's just easier to mold, and you can get it exactly how you want it. So I have it through the tip, and now I'm just smoothing it out. Now I'm going to come in and really make sure that I'm getting it off of the sides. I'm getting that product pushed in and exactly where I want it to go. And then I always finish off by smoothing off that top layer. You always want to make sure that your acrylic is smooth smooth. That's going to help you when you come into file. Just think of it, however you lay it is how it's going to end up, even at this point when you first start. So make sure that everything is smooth and flush. So now I'm coming in with my cuticle bead and I'm just applying that. This is really where I'm going to build my apex. I've been focusing on my apex placement a lot. So I'm just, trying to sharpen up my application, make sure that I am continuing to try to, do better. So that's why I've been switching it up. So once I apply that cuticle bead, I just form it. I kind of make sure that I'm pushing most of that product towards the center of the nail, so that way that strength can be there at the center of the nail so it won't break. Once I do that, I'm going to just blend it down. And once I have everything blended, I do always make sure that I check my sides, make sure that there's nothing back there at the cuticle area, make sure that it's smooth from cuticle to tip, make sure that my sides are good. I just really make sure that my application is as smooth as it can be. So once I have that color down, I'm going to come in and cap it with clear. Now, like I said, this is just a pink color from a collection. So this is a design powder. So I want to make sure that I'm going to add my clear for protection and strength. Yes, I have already built up most of it with the color, so I don't need a lot when it comes to my clear. So I'm going to start at the cuticle and then I'm going to bring that bead all the way down through the tip. And just by me checking both of my sides down the center of the nail, just checking those angles, it's going to tell you exactly how much you need to apply. If you need to apply a big bead or if you need to apply a small bead. So just always make sure you're checking your sides. So once I get that capped, I went in, of course, and did the rest of the nails, and they are all the pink color. So I went and applied that color, capped them, and then here are the nails just from application, and then here are the nails after they have been shaped. So like I said, if you do pretty good with your application, it shouldn't be too difficult to get a good shape. Alright, so now we're getting into design, and you see I have my stamping plates out. She said she wanted hearts, so I let her choose which one she wanted, and now I'm coming in with just a red polish and I am applying that to the image. Now I'm going to come in and scrape it, then I'm going to quickly grab my stamper, roll that across the image, and then line it up on the nail and then just press down. But as you can see, I was not able to get the full image on the nails. So I'm going to come in and just clean off that little bit that I don't need. Then I'll just go again and add just a little bit, just as much as I need to the stamping plate. Do the same thing, roll that image onto my stamper and only fill in what I need to. Alright, so moving on to the middle finger, I have already applied a thin layer of blossom gel to that nail, and then as you can see on my palette, I mixed a red, white, and pink. I placed those and then just swirled them together, and now I'm coming in with my fan brush, scooped that little bit off of the palette, and then just placed it carefully onto the nail. Now I'm coming in and just adding some finishing touches. I just kind of, looked at it and seen that it needed just a little bit more. So I wanted to add just a little bit more red in there, not a lot, but just, add those little bit of touches. Always make sure that you're looking at it. And if you feel like something ain't right, go ahead and change it because afterwards you'll be regretting that you didn't. So I cured that for a full 60 seconds, and now I'm coming in and adding a thin layer of gel base, and I'm doing this just to try to create some evenness. Now when you use like a lot of gel polish, even the blossom gel, it tends to leave your nail bumpy, and with hard gel it kind of self levels, so it's going to give me a little bit of evenness. So I applied that and then I'm going to cure that for another 60 seconds. So moving on to the pinky, I have already also capped this one with my finishing top gel, and I wiped that free of the inhibition layer, and now I'm going to come in and I'm going to make some hearts. So to create these hearts, I started off by just using a regular gel polish, a red one, and it was not working. It was just too runny. So I ended up grabbing my Young Nails paint gel, and that one's going to do the trick. So I started off by just making 2 dots, and now I'm going to come in with my striping brush, and I'm just going to start bringing those in, and that's just pretty much how I create a heart. So you just start on one side, kind of make a C and bring it down towards the center, and then you just do the opposite side and connect it. Now I'm going to come through the center, and I'm just going to start bringing those colors in, and that is going to create my little heart. Now once I have those done, I'm not going to cure that, but I'm going to come in with just a red glitter. And the red glitter I'm using, it's kind of a medium chunky glitter. It's not a fine, but medium. And I'm just going to take it and sprinkle it over those hearts. I'm going to make sure that I tap away any of the excess, and then I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. Now when it comes out, I'm going to brush away any of that red glitter that is left behind before I come in and add more of my design. Now for my design, I'm going to add just a few more hearts, but these ones I'm going to do a white base. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start by adding my 2 dots. I'm going to fill in those white hearts, and then I'm going to sprinkle in another glitter, and this one is a very pale fine pink glitter. We were going to use a white glitter, but we ended up using the pink one, and we really liked it because you could still see the white through it, but it kind of gave it like a little bit of pink, so we both liked it. So to finish off this design on the thumb, we ended up adding just a heart there at the tip. Now on the opposite hand, I believe on the thumb we did hearts down the center of that nail. Pretty much though, the other ones were the same as this hand, just the thumb we did a little bit different. So once I have my thumb outline made, I'm going to go in and just fill that in with the red. And once I fill it in, I'm going to cure it, and then I'm going to just add a white outline to that heart, and then these are done. So that is it for this set, y'all. You know it is just the middle of January, so I will probably have a whole lot more of Valentine's nails coming, and hopefully I will get to record them for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in another video. Bye.